Welcome to Social Aloe Ministries, where we are committed to glorifying God while exposing the devil. This is a continuation of the series, Sinister Ministers. There are some people who are sinister ministers, but they're not as bad as they may actually seem, because beneath it all, they are hurt people who are in turn hurting others. They're simply hurt people who are hurting others. There are some people who have suffered abuse, and as a result of that abuse, they are champions against abuse. They speak out against it. But then there are others who are survivors of abuse, and they become abusive in turn. And that's what happens sometimes with sinister ministers. Now, it doesn't excuse them, because in the end, we will all have to give an account to the Lord regarding everything that we did. If you know of someone who is a sinister minister, because that individual is someone who's hurt and is hurting others, and if it is in your ability to sit that person down, because one thing that becomes dangerous is when a person has a title and then the power is misused, and that person becomes a sinister minister. If you're in a congregation and the person who is in charge is a sinister minister who is oppressing the flock, you have the power. If you don't have the ability, if you don't feel as if you have the ability to go and say something to a person, to confront him or her, you have the power to grab your stuff, walk out of the institution. You can vote with your feet. Do not allow someone claiming to be a man or woman of God, a servant of the Most High God, to abuse you. Sinister ministers like to use fear, induce a spirit of fear, but a spirit of fear is not of God. Like I say, hurt people hurt people. Well, some people do, but it is no excuse. Do not let anyone abuse you. Christ died. He came to set the captives free, not to put you in bondage. He calls people as ministers to be examples to others. When he reinstated Peter, and he asked him 3 times if he loved him, he told Peter to feed his sheep, take care of his sheep, take care of his lambs. A minister isn't called to lord over the congregation. Again, a minister is called to be an example to the congregation. You don't need a church as much as you need Jesus. So don't think that you have to sit in a church to be close to God and then allow someone to abuse you. You have the power to leave. And if you feel uncomfortable getting up in the middle of a sermon and walking out, then after service is over and you walk out, then don't return. Not everyone who's hurt hurts others, but some people do.